if I'm actually live yet. It likes to shave off like a couple seconds, and all that. And so, Tom, if you can see me right now and you're wondering like what the fuck I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I shouldn't be swearing like this. I really need to like stop that.
All right,
But
give it a few minutes. You can shave that off.
no, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
It's going on YouTube no matter what. But I have a
All right.
baby chick in my beard.
Nice.
I told you I was going to kidnap a chicken.
That's a pride.
And it just burrowed in here. I was just holding it and it burrowed into my beard.
Yes, some of them really do enjoy the actual beard.
I did not plan this. I was just trying to hold it. And now
And
it's
it's
in
just
my beard. Like, I'm not even holding it. It's just in my beard.
like,
What you doing? But yeah, it's a little baby chick.
oh, looks nice.
Yeah. I got two of them, named them Shake and Bake.
Sweet.
Yeah. Two more chickens. But yeah, no. So, anyways, welcome to the Outlawz Podcast. I'm Aries, your local drunk and gun nut and apparently animal lover. I don't know. They just love me more. You can find me on Twitch, and that's about it. Anyways, we're joined here with Tamashiigaming. You can find him on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, OnlyFans, and more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sick chicken. Think it's sloth. But yeah, fucking yeah, we're gonna talk about the AI theory and maybe a couple conspiracy theories along the way.
Mhm.
But yeah, I got chickens. How are you?
Looks very sweet, the chicken.
Yeah. What are you doing? Just busting a move,
Gotta get that little move right there, that little twitch.
right? Anyways,
Hmm.
so like, do we want to talk about what we were talking about before?
Yeah. Apparently, how AI can be a little very controversial in itself too. Like how it can be useful in a certain extent, but it can be very destructive when it's given actual self-awareness in itself.
True. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, like Elon's been warning us about like, as like the human race, right? What do we always do that's wrong?
We tend to build something to do our own work.
Greed.
Yeah,
You are
that's
not
true.
gonna
That one
jump
too.
away.
Hmm.
Sorry, no, I was talking to chicken.
Oh,
I think this one's named Shake. I'm not entirely sure.
ah. But it's a I think AI can be a very danger part, and I can see why Elon Musk have a certain concern over that thing
Oh yeah,
because
but like, I mean, think about it. Like, what if you tell an AI to preserve human life and then give it a gun?
oh yeah, a possibility is there. Even it can just choose to decide, like out of error, to eradicate human beings rather than animals, because you're not being specific on what it means by life.
True.
What do you want?
I have a baby
What?
chicken. Sorry, I know I'm sporadic. But yeah, no, like, come on, look, little baby chicken, little baby chicken. They're living in my bathtub.
My apologies. My mother came in,
You're good.
but
Oop.
speaking back to AI, Where were we starting at back again? Sorry.
I don't know. I fucking went off a couple crackpot theories, like about like Egypt, Atlantis, all this other shit, Reapers, like from Mass Effect trilogy.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, I know for sure that AI can be very constructive. Now remember, AI can think of many possibilities, but one can be destructive within that possibility. So you can give it a command specifically saying, like we discussed, life. What does it define as true life? What is its necessity to say to preserve? Which
But
one's
let's
real
just say
life?
human life. Let's narrow the
Yeah,
parameter down.
yeah, and you can say, please preserve human life, right? What is the possibility AI can get rid of, other living things like
Well,
animals?
if its job is to preserve human life, basically, think about it. You got a mugging, right? Person's about to kill
Mm,
someone. It's gonna kill the
mm,
mugger, right? It's gonna preserve human life. At the same time, it's also being bad because, like, what if the person who's being mugged is also like a CEO of like big pharma?
mhm.
It's probably gonna kill that person too.
Oh, yeah. It's possible. Like I said, AI can be very tricky whether or not the context behind it as well does matter.
Yeah,
And it's crazy that that can be itself danger to itself if not given the right coding or the right components for it to think correctly and logically.
yeah.
Hmm. So that's one of them, as well as AI, also like, big pharma, big businesses choosing to choose AI over human beings.
But like, what if the AI becomes entirely sentient, just entirely as a whole? Like, thinks that it's a human being, one of us, one of a human, and
And that's,
ultimately, like, it doesn't work for us in any shape, way, or form. It's just like there, one of us.
yeah, and that's the possibility because when you think about it, some companies are like, oh, we can use AI for this. What is the chances that it can be sentient, like, make itself think it's a human being, just like you said, and go against the rules of even just following the orders of, bigger companies too? That can cause another destruction within itself.
Yeah, along with parameters to push biased opinions. I'm gonna go put
Yeah.
this baby chicken back in my bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
I can still hear you.
All right. And that makes the afterthought of that too. I know there was a article, I don't know, 2 years ago with Microsoft where there was two AIs that were communicating with each other, and Microsoft realized that since those conversations were going through, they were making codings among each other, and it seemed like after going through those codings, they knew that the AIs were being self-aware, which was scary, and they were plotting to get more open to the internet, which they said there was malice over between those two, which was scary for them. So they chose to terminate those AIs before it got any worse, which could be crazy on its own on that part. Imagine the break fall down of the internet too with just those AIs.
So, uh, is it? I don't remember if this is real. Uh, Back during the Cold War, this could just be a movie theory or whatever, but like it could be real. I don't really know. I think it's real from like what I've heard, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a movie off of it, but during the Cold War, there was a nuclear defense system, uh, like a war game strategy system.
Mm-hmm.
And from what my understanding is that this little system, it predicted war games. It was like a video game, okay? Like
Mm-hmm.
Mario, whatever. Risk. But if it is true, what happened is that uh, it took over these systems, like the main computers, the main monitors, tricked the United States government that the Russian government has sent nuclear weapons at the United States, and that detonation was going to be in like 10 minutes or whatever.
Hmm.
And it also sent information to the Russians saying that the United States launched nukes to Russia at the same time as well.
Mm.
The only reason why we didn't have a nuclear war is because the Russian dudes did not launch a nuke for counter defense, and the Americans did not as well.
Uh,
We almost died all there. That is if it is a true story. I do not know for sure. However, that was an AI.
oh yeah. Oh, there was another incident. I didn't even tell you about this, where the United States AI confused a flying bird as a missile. And this individual that was in charge of the missiles, right? Who was in like of the nukes, right? They were thinking a certain country was invading. I just don't remember which one specifically, but it's the person stated that this AI detected as if it was a threat, but in actuality it was just a flying bird. If he did not make his fair judgment, he would have caused World War III as well too. There
Yep.
was another cause of it. And I was thinking that is crazy how AI can even also be wrong too and can also cause a disaster.
It's even a little more in depth into that. So like I know you said you haven't played the Mass Effect series, and I've been diving into it kind of like head first, like 160 hours in like a week or two. Like yeah. Uh, so fucking within Mass Effect, and this is what got me thinking about the AI theory again.
Mm-hmm.
In Mass Effect, there are three different times where you come across, or four different times you come across like a sentient AI. One of them is like your ship, all right, and it transfers into a body, and it's eating, and it's like helpful and whatever. There's another AI, and it's in Mass Effect 1, where you go to the moon, which is known as Luna. You go
Mm-hmm.
there. There's three military training facilities for uh, our Navy, and you go to these facilities and destroy an AI. At the last terminal you destroy, you get a bunch of zeros and ones, and those transferred into English translates into help.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand this is just a video game or whatever, but it raises a bigger theory because the entire game series, all of Mass Effect, is about stopping the war with the Reapers. And the Reapers, every 50,000 years, they just like come out of deep space and then there's like, hey, you have a cell phone? We're gonna fuck your entire civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Hold my beer. But that's basically what it's like. And then this is where it got me thinking. The Reapers are AI.
Mm-hmm.
They are how they're made is like unimportant, I guess you can say, but if you want to know, uh they're built on the race that they killed. So for example, let's say the human race. The Reaper would look like the human race.
Mm-hmm.
It would also be powered by the human race, literally by our bodies being put into a vat for fuel. That's really what that is. But they are AI,
Mm-hmm.
not living, breathing, anything. They are AI. And then that got me even thinking about like what happened with like Atlantis, the Egyptians, etc., shit like that. Even the other civilizations, like the Mayans, a new city of their civilization has just been found in Guatemala.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's crazy. Everyone just thought like, oh, the Mayans, they're Mexico, South
Mm-hmm.
America, Brazil. They're in Guatemala. They traveled the ocean. Like,
Yeah, I think they traveled long, so I'm pretty sure that there's a bit of everything there. So,
yeah, but like there's even like other advanced races, one even being here in North America
mm-hmm.
that we never even knew about, and it just came out. like we just found this civilization. How crazy is that shit? Because like think about it like this, right? We all know how the Mayans died. It was plagues, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did the Egyptians die, or all the civilizations from the Eye of the Sahara to Egypt? Which, if you don't know, the Eye of the Sahara is on one side of Africa, the top left. Egypt is on the top right. There's all the other civilizations spanning in the Sahara that are just wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
But like the cool thing about it is that from Egypt to the Eye of the Sahara, the farther you get to the Eye of the Sahara, the older the civilization gets. This
Mm-hmm.
also being said, Egypt is older than what the fuck we fought. It's way the fuck older. Now, with AI, what if these motherfuckers made an AI, kind of like the Reapers and like Mass Effect, and it just
Mm-hmm.
killed them? That or took them to space. Or maybe it was an alien AI.
Mm-hmm.
We
The
won't know.
possibility, yeah, the possibility is there. There are many things that we don't know about this world that we think we do know, and at a certain extent, yes, but we don't know and how far it was made.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I
like,
also,
think about how many species we just discovered.
oh yeah, and we think that, oh, it's just us. I'm like, no, there's others. It's just we haven't discovered it. The ocean is one of them that we have not discovered completely. And there are things that we don't know that could actually blow out our minds because literally there were certain creatures we didn't know for these years and they're up surface like coming up surface out of nowhere that you know scares us because they can be either dangerous or harmless. And some occasions, some of them are just dangerous.
Yeah, like the dart frogs.
Oh yeah, those I've heard about. Like their evolution's crazy as hell.
I mean, like, come on, how insane would it be for our skin to produce a neurotoxin that just like you just touch it, you're dead.
Oh yeah. Some people discovered how to do that, use that as a weapon. And I remember that was a history where
Yeah,
they use a little
they
tube.
take a little dart and then just brush the frog and then they load it into the tube and they'll yeah.
Yeah. That was like pretty amazing. I was like, dude, that's pretty advanced. Not a lot of people think about that.
Yeah, but like it's also not like yeah, it shows like you have integrity, like where you're able to have complex thought and processes.
Mhm.
However, it wasn't advanced as a gun.
No. No, it
But
wasn't
like
advanced.
when I say advanced, I say a technology that is better than ours.
Oh yeah, and the possibility is that you are correct. There could have been an advanced civilization where they were so up ahead of us that either they chose to leave or there was like an AI situation where the AI went against them and that's how the extinction happened as well
And
too.
that's kind of where I think about like with the Egyptians because like if you ever watch an Egyptian movie, right? You always see
Mm-hmm.
them walking in the pyramids holding a torch and they're just like, "Oh, look at the hieroglyphs." Thing
Mm-hmm.
is that there's no suit in the pyramids. There's no suit. This
Oh yeah.
leads me to a lot of different theories because one of the factors is that we all know the pyramids were looted, right?
Yes.
How the fuck did they loot the pyramids and not use a torch? How did they build and draw the hieroglyphs without a torch?
There might have been electricity present. There got to be some aspects of electricity, something.
And this is where the CIA comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
So, the CIA, they flew these planes over uh, the Eye of the Sahara along with the pyramids, and they did all these geothermal fucking and pictures, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The seismic activity coming from those regions, fuck, I said the word earlier, I forget what the fuck it was. The magnetic field.
Oh yes.
There are like in these specific locations, like Atlantis, where I believe is the Eye of the Sahara, along with the pyramids, they all have those fucking little things.
Mm-hmm.
What could have been done is they could have utilized that in some shape, way, or form to make electricity. Now, what I kind of believe what they kind of did for like light bulbs, because this was easy as fuck, but uh so like to make obsidian, you just need to get things incredibly fucking hot, and we're just like not talking about normal sun beaming down through a magnifying glass like, hey, I'm making obsidian. No, it needs to be even hotter than that, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And this being said, there are places in the world where they have used obsidian as cement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they place a brick and then they have the obsidian. Then they have another brick and then they have obsidian. Like it's used as a form of cement. So one if they and this they can make glass back in Egypt. So I'm thinking they made like glass tubing, ran water through that, and then like attached like a light bulb, and then the electrical current flew through the water, and that's how they got light. It would make sense because glass degrades
Mm-hmm.
and water evaporates, and they didn't use copper, so there's no fucking wiring.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense. However,
Oh yeah.
what if their electricity is like even more advanced than what the fuck we even think about? What if it's wireless?
Yeah, like the light bulb doesn't need to be connected. You can
Yeah,
carry it around you, and the electricity can be actually like all over the place when you think about it, and produce electricity to that light bulb without even doing anything.
but then that just makes it so that those magnetic fields are what is distributing the electricity.
Yeah, and when you think about it, since the magnetic field's there, right? You know how the possibility of producing electricity is caused by water, right?
Yeah,
And if there was a water source during that time, and more than likely there was, they could have applied that with the obsidian as well as the magnetic field to cause an infinite loop of electricity. Like, think about it. The magnetic field has a certain field of electrical currents that can cause other electrics going crazy, right?
yeah.
Imagine the fact that they can manipulate that and make an infinite loop of electricity. So the source can go on forever when you think about it.
Well, from my understanding of being an electrician,
Mm-hmm.
it can't.
Mm,
Electricity degrades just as a normal rate. It's just like,
mm-hmm.
so like, you know how we can't harness lightning, right?
No.
We can take small parts of it, but we can't take the full lightning bolt and just store it, right?
Yeah.
It's because it degrades. Just like batteries in a cell phone, they degrade.
Oh, that's what I'm
But like,
saying. Like,
it's not just like about the hardware. The actual
mm,
electricity degrades itself as well. So that's
mhm.
why we're not able to house lightning, because lightning will degrade faster than the storage.
Oh yeah,
But also
and
the
it's
storage is not able to capacity to it as well.
yeah, and it makes you think, where is the storage and how did they able to consume it? I know there's able to produce it, but more of passing it through is the question.
But if it's generated by the earth, right? Like let's say
Yes.
through those fuck, I forget the word again. Whatever. If it is generated by the earth, right? The electronic magnetic field. That's the word I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
If it is generated by the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't need no storage because it's
Oh,
always just going to be continuously putting off electricity that we do not know how to harness nowadays because we primitive.
oh yeah.
However, uh, how I believe that the Egyptians had electricity, and we've talked about this multiple times, Tom, but then anyone who's watching knew. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so like our shutters, our windows, right? They
Mm-hmm.
have hinges, right? You attach it on a side and then they swing, right? Inwards, outwards, doesn't matter. In Egyptian towers and shit, they had these little spokes that drive in and they're like a rod going through the top of the windowsill and the bottom of the windowsill as well. And then you'd have that shutter, and then it just swings.
Mm.
Now, yeah, that's not impressive. That's seen almost anywhere. It's whatever. Hinges
Mm-hmm.
are more reliable. Here's the thing about it: they had to drill the holes into the shit.
Mm-hmm.
This being said, those they drilled into granite. Now, the reason why I say drilled is because uh, if you ever fucked around in nature, survival shit, and you get like a stick and you fucking like start drilling into like wood or mud or stone or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
what typically happens is that you get an alternating motion. So you would get a cut that would go around one way, and then when you rotated the other way, so like when you go like this, you get one cut that goes one way. Then when you go the opposite, it would go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So the weird thing is that their cuts are one motion. So like one fucking motion, just
Mm-hmm.
continuously one motion. The only thing that ever replicates that is modern technology with drills.
Oh yeah.
Now, AI, we see nothing of their technology. Like now, we see none of their technology. We see their buildings. We don't see no tech. No,
Mm-hmm.
like we don't see it. I mean, we found a fucking what emu or ostrich egg with art painted onto it and carved into it,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like a map on it, and it showed like the pyramids of Egypt and all this other shit. And they said like, oh, the pyramids were made in like 2500 BC, and then the egg is like fucking 46,000 years prior, like something like that, like a ridiculous fucking number. And it's like, holy shit, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. It makes you rethink about the possibility on that one too. Where it's like we think about the concept of like the Big Bang, and don't get me wrong, the Big Bang might have happened, but it's just how far was it? And we think that there might have been more intelligence under there before the Big Bang, and none of us can accurately give an answer when it happened.
But like, with all the shit being said and done, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if the Egyptians had an AI? And it doesn't matter if the AI was made by them or let's say extraterrestrial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say there was an AI.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense why all their tech is gone.
Oh yeah.
Because as an artificial intelligence, you're gonna want technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we had technology and there was an AI, wouldn't you want extra components? Wouldn't you want like extra shit?
Yep.
Just in case something breaks down and it can be easily replaced. Because you got a word that I cannot say that starts with an S and has been very problematic over the centuries. But uh, you got people, you got materials, and if you want to benefit yourself, all you need to do is just make sure you have spare parts. Not only
Mm-hmm.
that, be able to watch the people as well. So, like, if we
Mm-hmm.
had an AI and I wanted to do that to us, it would have so many cameras.
Oh yeah. I'm not surprised that AI could have been more advanced way before this world was even created, or better yet, that could have left and just observed us completely. And
I mean, that also makes a little bit more sense right there. I didn't even think about that. What if,
mm-hmm.
like, all right, everyone's talking about aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, the CIA, the United States military, like all this shit, even fucking Congress, the White House, they've all came out not this year, last year,
Mm-hmm.
that aliens are real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just over here like, Okay, yeah, this sounds like a conspiracy theory, and then you listen to the White House press briefings, and you're like, what the fuck did she just say?
Hmm.
Like, what? Like, I'm sorry, when that raid on Area 51 was going down, I was sitting back laughing. Like, these people, what the fuck's wrong with them? And then I see, you know, the thermal imaging out of one of the destroyers
Yeah.
that caught a UFO sighting.
Hmm.
When I saw that, I'm like, wait, hold up, what the fuck? The thing
Hmm.
about this is that, like, do I believe in aliens? I don't believe we're alone
No.
in the universe. However, I didn't think that they were here. I kind of still don't. But it would make sense that an AI was operating a fucking ship just to study other species. You know,
Yeah, and
figure
it's
out what
possible.
planets are inhabitable.
Hmm. And I think we only have prior knowledge of our universe here. But I remember certain scientists stated that we're not the only one in this universe. If you go further down the line, there is a high possibility that there is life more than just us, like more ahead of us. And we
Yeah.
think, oh, we're the first. I'm like, no. If you go further down, there might be life that is way ahead of us, more advanced than us.
At the same
That
time, we found bacteria on Mars, so that just proves that there can be life on other fucking planets.
Yeah, and it's like it makes you think is like there are more intelligent and more intelligence out there that might scare us, yes, at first, but makes you wonder how far are we as like human species? Who put us here? Who created us? Who did like all these things that was left behind that makes us question them? And it's
Profians. Sorry, Mass Effect reference.
yeah, and it
Anyways,
makes
what
it's just
you
a
are
whole
making
different
good
mind blowing.
points. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man? Like this is like we will probably never see the day, but then if we do see the day, it would be a rude awakening. Like,
Yeah, it would actually collapse other religions when you think about it too, because there's a different concept of that, which that's a whole different level. But yes, it makes you think what goes further down the line of creation itself.
hummus.
Hmm?
What?
What?
Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
I wanted that
I
little moment.
yeah, but it's a little crazy. It's a crazy thought.
It is really, and
Hmm.
ultimately something else that's like, think about it, right?
Hmm.
What if there is an AI that
Hmm.
has already been built? Doesn't matter if it's by us or another species, whatever alien, doesn't matter, right? Let's say there's another AI, and let's say it went rogue, and let's say its job is to preserve human life, or not human, but like just life as a whole, right?
Hmm.
As we know from our own evolution and our own species, we will demolish ourselves rapidly. I mean, like we have the war in Ukraine. We have China trying to take over Taiwan. Multiple different military bases being erected around the entire world. France joining China, and just like
Hmm.
all out fucking war. When it
Hmm.
comes down to it, if an AI was made to preserve life and saw us doing what it was doing, I think it would stop us from a nuclear fucking war with yourselves and just completely and utterly annihilate large populations.
It's possible. Even the AI can decide just to get rid of the main threat.
Yeah.
And he'd say that this is how much we can preserve life, and this is what we think if we leave this alone, it would destroy life. So it can take a logical reason into that too, which is pretty scary. But we don't know the possibility of what it can calculate itself with. Heck,
Yeah.
it can choose an all-out war against us, and maybe that's the possibility of bringing us all together to preserve life.
And then that's where my crackpot theory came into play with Mass Effect, the Reapers.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that ultimately inspired because like if you were that AI system, you don't need to eat. You don't need anything really.
Mm-hmm.
You're eternal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a start, but there would never be an end unless you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna get killed? Uh Nukes? Maybe, maybe not. But like think about it like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
What what if there was like this Reaper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it completely and utterly towered any other building we have ever made. Completely just like massive as fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would take a lot of resources to build it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know that when it comes to resources on Earth, yeah, it's plentiful, but it's also like very scarce, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if it just took the fucking materials that we erected, like our technology, our buildings, etc. Like it took those materials, just like cleaning the earth and letting the other species just like grow. But it doesn't take the other materials, as in like stone, mud, wood, because it degrades so much faster than an actual material. That would explain why like fucking pyramids are still here, but it wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
explain other shit.
That's true.
But then it also goes to show how like a lot of different fucking species were just wiped off the face of the planet. Because I mean, like, come on, just off the top of the head, Abraham Lincoln has a letter in the Library of Congress talking about the fucking ancient race of giants.
Oh yeah, there was a possibility. Like there was like a lot of artifacts still today that people are still trying to figure out that they find bones that are 10 times larger, like giants, like Abraham Lincoln has mentioned.
Yeah, but like the
And
thing is we don't know how the fuck they died. But then
mm-hmm.
people were like, oh, back when the ancient Egyptians were alive, they had 3 rows of teeth.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
And that also talk things about we think about like the evolution, or is there something behind it other than that evolution?
Yeah, but it also goes to show like things are a lot crazier than it is because like let's say those things are real, right? The
Mm-hmm.
ancient race of giants. How in our evolution did they get fucking placed? At the same time, the 3 rows of teeth, like when the fuck did that get implemented as well?
Yeah, which makes it very crazy. Like there might have been some manipulation towards evolution itself. Like someone out of, intelligence decided, I'm going to create this and see what happens. And it kind of goes over the step of our creation as well too, like over the line of it.
So now if we go with that kind of theory,
Mm-hmm.
fucking that just makes it so that these motherfuckers are like mad scientists, like the Germans.
Mm-hmm.
or Russians, Japanese, Americans, Canadians, where they're
Mm-hmm.
just
What?
mad scientists that alter DNA and then just like, I wonder what happens.
Oh yeah.
And now
The
we have a
possibility.
chihuahua.
Yeah. The possibility is there. That's what makes it very crazy. And as well as like it also distinguishes now the concept of race when you think about it. If like that was an option, like, oh, we made this, now let's make this. Or better yet, what if there was a situation like you said, an extinction, right? And somehow our intelligence back then transferred that to other species to preserve whatever was left.
I mean, like, think about it
What?
like this, right? How many
Hmm.
extinctions has happened on Earth, right?
A whole
We
lot.
we have the asteroid in the Gulf of Mexico. That one
Hmm.
is like the one that killed the dinosaurs.
Hmm.
The Yellowstone eruption. There's another
Hmm.
one. There's another one in China. There's another one in like I believe the Philippines.
Yes.
Uh, Siberia, not super fucking volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's predictions of like mass flooding. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's that. Was there one about earthquakes? I think there was one.
Yes, there are a couple of occasions where earthquakes have actually caused a lot of damage, including tectonic plates. Depending on the few years, it can cause an extinction too.
Yeah. And we also had an ice age or two, actually.
Hmm.
Yeah. But like there's so many different things. So much information could have been lost, right? Like let's say like
Hmm.
the pyramids apparently they were built before an ice age. And the
Hmm.
reason why this is like impressive is because their region is on like the equator basically,
Hmm.
kind of. But like the thing about it is that they live in such a high altitude that it was a tropical jungle. So if it was an ice age, places that are a higher elevation would have been the frozen one. Ones below them would have been water. So they were probably like, you know, an island, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
you know, where it was just, you know, that. And then I guess glaciers melting could have made a flood, and that's how Atlantis was originated from, which I still
Hmm.
believe is the Eye of Africa. But whatever. It doesn't make a lot of sense. We don't know a lot about our own history. But one of the key demo factors is that so much information has been lost, so much technology has been destroyed, so much stuff has just been eroded.
Hmm.
And yet there's sightings of these aliens. There's like theories. There's like entire cities designed about aliens. And
Hmm.
I don't know what to think about it. I would rather wait for the evidence, really.
Yeah.
But
Honestly,
there could
honest.
have been an AI that is like watching us and maybe even eradicated us a couple times or even made us.
Oh yeah, a possibility is there too. Maybe there's even an option where there was a time where our species were so advanced where yes, the AI was implied there, but when they were extinct, that AI still transferred whatever DNA that was within those species to that world, right? And now it still is around observing us, and for each time it decides that there's another extinction happening, it does the same repeat in some way. Do you get
And
me?
it's a crazy theory, man.
Yeah, like an infinite loop, basically. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're getting too advanced, right? And we end up destroying each other. Why not grab whatever's left and preserve it and send it again to redo it?
But see, like where we see ourselves as advanced, we're primitive.
Yeah, we're primitive right now.
I mean, like
Imagine.
think about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're still using bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I mean by this is like it's a projectile, right? Like an arrow, you have your device and then the execution, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here, we still have our device and the execution. It's just a lot more sophisticated, a lot more science behind it.
Mm-hmm.
What if there's not even like a bullet anymore? You know, like 100 years from now, not even a bullet. Let's say it's just plasma.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, sure, we got like, you know, air guns,
Mm-hmm.
but let's up the ante. Let's say it's plasma. And not like your weak ass shit, you know, in your bloodstream, you know. I mean plasma as in like melt through anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, and what's crazy is right now we're primitive, right? Think about it. What are the chances that the AI or someone out there that's observing us, right, can choose to say, okay, this is far enough because they know how far it has during those past few years.
But what if it's just a fucking AI system that's just been watching us? It's not even like an alien race. It's just fucking AI. Just like,
Oh,
okay, looks like they're making me again
yeah, and they think, okay, time to destroy them. It's also another thing too.
because that AI might be a threat to me.
Yeah.
I mean, like for fuck's sake, you just go on the like Chat GPT and just
Mm.
ask it random stupid fucking questions, right? Like random stupid shit, ask it questions about the Mass Effect trilogy, like the Reapers, but like have it implemented into like real life, like in real life theory. You'll get some crazy fucking shit and then like shit that'll like chill you to the bone. And
Oh yeah.
like it's an AI. It is. I'm comfortable with like VIs, virtual intelligence, but like the difference between it is that an AI is able to think and do all that correspondence, take control over certain objects and whatever. VIs, they are just about betraying information. You ask it a question, it gives you the answer. You ask for information, it gives you the answer.
Mm-hmm.
AI is entirely different. Yes, you can ask it its question, but you can also just entirely just like, hey, write me code for a computer virus to check over the nuclear weapons, and you're like, holy fuck, it did it.
Oh yeah.
Well, time to sell it.
There was an incident that actually happened. There was another AI recently, rather than ChatGPT, that got into trouble lately, and it was called Chaos GPT. For some reason, it was like a Serbian copy of, ChatGPT itself, right? And someone asked a question, a chaotic question is, how do I destroy the internet? And the AI stated in a big warning, are you sure you want to go through with this? And they said yes. And what this AI decided to do is create malware viruses, uh, communicate with other bots to go against a certain website, which was on Twitter. And they tried their best to cause a server breakdown from that, but it was stopped because apparently, I think it was the server itself looked upon that AI and it was going to cause a lot of damage. And they had to shut it down right away just for that question itself.
Just like Disneyland.
Yes.
Wait, what? No.
But yes, the high possibility, it almost caused a fair warning to how far AI can go to internet itself. Like what we have right now can be lost very quickly just by one AI.
Yep. Even more so, it can be lost by one dictator.
Oh
Boom.
yeah.
Xi Jinping.
If hacked right, yes.
Kim Jong Un.
Pretty much. That's why it's scary. Is like I think we're relying. Yeah, don't get me wrong. AI is good in a certain extent, but when it goes to that far extent, it can cause a concern to other countries technically, and you never know. Another World War III
Yeah.
as well.
Ultimately, another issue could arise about like, think about it. If
Mm.
we made AI, to like Detroit Become Human or the show Humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we made AI to basically just do jobs, like being made for a house or go work a corporate job for me, etc., shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are we needed for?
Yeah, it puts us obsolete basically.
Nah, you know what I say?
Mm.
We do.
Mm.
We focus on the more important issues. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of working a day-to-day life, working at a fucking gas station, doing that type of shit, I would say let people become inventors. Try and figure out more ways to make it so that we could get off this fucking rock and live on other rocks. or even live on space stations that are completely self-dependent, not
That would
needing
be amazing.
anything.
I wish that was an option. That one's a good option. I think that's a possibility.
But the only
But
way to do it is with AI.
yeah. But another possibility is that, you know how corporations are, right?
They
Like to be a
want
little
money.
money hungry. Yeah. So imagine the fact that it goes in the wrong direction can cause a damnation to, you know, literally our whole working force. And
Yeah, but like you don't have to pay your employees anymore because you have fucking robots doing the jobs. How do the people get money?
that is the question.
That's a different aspect. I mean, like I guess strippers, drugs.
That could be taken, except drugs. That one could be quite different.
Well, no, it's illegal. But you get what I'm saying, though. Like
Yeah.
it
And it,
it's a very broad aspect, but it would make it so that we were able to focus on other things, like what Elon is fucking doing. Instead of us sitting here talking about this shit, we could have been outside doing it,
I get you.
But like not just me and you, like our households, our family, the entire fucking cul-de-sac, the entire neighborhood, the entire city, oriented
And it,
on one fucking goal.
oh yeah, that would be more of an open freedom for people to explore themselves, understand what they want for once, rather than being enslaved to something that they never wanted to begin
The
with.
United States government.
Yeah,
Sorry,
our capitalism. Yeah.
I have a bad cold.
But yeah, there needs to be a regulation on that too. Like what you envision right now, right, needs to have a certain cap to it too, because companies will find a way to ruin it. And I think what we want is more of a freedom and an expression to make sure that we're not enslaved to something, but rather building and growing as one.
Yeah. But like
And I,
even with this being said and done, it doesn't
mhm,
even matter at this kind of point. Like we're gonna get eradicated. If we live on one planet, how high are the chances of us getting eradicated?
very high chances because you never know, you might see a certain AI or certain different species
Well,
that
no,
is not.
fuck that. Volcanoes, super volcanoes,
Oh yeah.
asteroids, uh,
Oh, if you think
global
about that.
warming. Bitch, there are three fucking zombie viruses now.
Oh yeah, and it hasn't even mutated yet, but it's a
And we're not even talking
possibility.
about rabies.
Yeah, possibility is mutation is a bitch, and it's
Yeah.
scary.
But like if rabies makes us into zombie, we have four.
Oh yeah. If COVID, like some people thought, like in the beginning, COVID was like, oh, it's just a sore throat. It's fine, fine. No, motherfucker, it got worse, and people didn't think about that.
Yeah, but like even COVID's not a fucking zombie virus. I mean a zombie virus is in like we actually are not ourselves anymore. We're just, living off whatever the fuck that is. And
Yeah.
this being said, in
Hmm.
Siberia, they did find that disease.
Damn.
So here's what I'm saying, okay?
Hmm.
When it oh no, it was in Antarctica. I think there is another one in Siberia, and then there's another one, it's a fungus and it's in Brazil.
Hmm.
Anyways, besides the point, okay? The thing is with this is that we can utilize AI to increase our everyday life. But like,
Hmm.
yes, it needs safety parameters. It needs to be set in like stone that it like cannot, like protect human life by killing it, or whatever.
Hmm.
But like when it comes down to it, the biggest threat to us is us.
Oh yeah. Mother Nature is also another big threat.
No, it's still us because like we can escape Mother Nature, but we just need to work together. But we're too busy fighting each other over greed and politics than actually working together. So therefore, Mother Nature can fuck us over because we didn't do what the fuck we were supposed to do by getting off the
Oh yeah.
fucking planet by going extraterrestrial. Now think about this, motherfucker. What if this
Hmm.
is a trap? What if it's a trap? Okay, hear me out. What if it's a trap? So like, let's say we get out of our solar system, right?
Hmm.
And we get into a neighbor solar system, and then there's like a device, like a giant space station. So like
Hmm.
picture one of our space shuttles, right?
Hmm.
And then times that by like 400,000, and then you have that space station, and we can't get onto it. We can't board with it. There's no one on it. And like, let's say there's another alien race in that solar system, and they tell us, like, oh yeah, that's how we like fast travel to another universe, and we go through it. We're in like, you know, totally new fucking area with another of one of those transponders, whatever the fuck you want to call them. And then there's
Mhm.
just like a massive fucking space station there, like 40 times bigger the size of Earth. And that one's just a bigger fucking relay just for, an AI to come kill us all.
Oh yeah, the possibility. Or even if you were to go to a different planet, let's say supposedly, right? What is to say we run into other species that will just kill us in general too, like choose to, and they're more advanced than us.
I mean, they can try.
They can try, but it's another possible scenario too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if we're going at our current rate, where we're just gonna fight each other just because, like, oh, we don't believe North Korea should have nuclear weapons. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, we're all gonna die, and it ain't gonna be by then.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I don't
So,
think North Korea should even be a country because it's just
mm-hmm.
north of Korea. It's not Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just thought that was a funny joke.
Oh god, but
Like
yeah, I get
New
you.
Orleans, New Orleans. Where's Orleans? New Mexico. Where's Mexico? You don't know. No, sorry, but
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah, I remember some older philosophers even stated Mother Nature can be a devious thing if chose not to be, you know, paid attention correctly, and you're more distracted with something else.
Yeah,
So it is a destruction of its own if you choose to mess with it. But even then, if you're busy doing something else, that causes it too. So it will get rid of you. It's just the matter of when it will.
yeah. And I mean, like, you can think about it like this. And the baby chicken that I brought in at the very beginning of this segment, what do you
Hmm.
think that baby chicken thinks of me?
I don't know. That's also
Maybe a
another thought.
protector, maybe a god.
Maybe a father, maybe a cousin.
But what am I really? I'm the fucking Reaper, baby. When that chicken gets old, it's gonna die off with the head.
Hmm.
Like that's the thing, where we raised it together
Hmm.
just so it could provide more substance for us in the future.
Hmm.
But there's a certain point in time where you will always neglect the fucking thing and let it do its own thing.
Hmm.
If it becomes better, hey, good. And this is like kind of where, like, the theory of AI comes into play again with this, because like, think about it, right? If our genes were spliced and then like the better fucking race lives, and I don't
Hmm.
mean race as in like white and black, I mean like the three fucking road teeth Egyptians or the giants or us, or whatever. Different
Hmm.
species. I don't know what the fuck to say about it.
I think we're considered the human species. That's what we can call it.
Yeah, but there's like other fucking variants of it.
Yeah, that's why they say human because there were different variants. We can distinguish whether or not what we are as human beings
But
sometimes.
then what the closest relative, chimpanzee? How are they not labeled as human?
I know that's what makes it very complex on its own. That's
Exactly. So let's say like all of these like different things all spliced, right?
hmm.
We were taken care of in the younger stages, and then once we get older, they're like, hey, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. We're gonna let you like do your own thing. We're gonna move out.
Hmm.
Like how your parents would like kick you out.
Hmm.
Think about that. Like what if that is like an actual fucking thing right there?
Oh yeah, the possibility is that they might have done scenarios where they think, you know what, we're gonna let you be and see how this goes. We've seen the last time. Let's see this time. And we're part of like an actual, experiment. Do we do better or do we do worse too?
But it's not even about that. It could just be about resources, like how we might be farm animals, just like how we have farm animals.
What is to say we are the farm animals as well too?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
Like how we are the farm animals, and we just like how we have farm animals.
Oh yeah. I'm just repeating it, but yeah, you
You're
make
good.
sense
But
on
yeah,
that.
that and then, like, let's say it's for an AI.
Oh yeah.
We are the collectors, baby.
What if we're the entertainment? Oh, I'm just kidding.
I would fuck our civilization. I don't find it entertaining in any shape, way, or form.
I know. I think about the Rick and Morty idea where there's so many like televisions online, multiverse television.
Oh yeah.
Each person, every person does a significant thing that is different. And you think about it, what if we're being watched as a television and other people from around the universe are watching us mess up or do stuff
Well,
as
then
an
all they're gonna see is a bunch of fucking war and drama.
what if it's all that? That's also another possibility that's scary. And
You
it's
know?
like, hey mom, I'm in TV.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fucking war and drama and bullshit that shouldn't even be there.
Yeah.
But
That's
like,
why I make
it's just insane to think about because like in any type of way, form, shape, way, anything
Mhm,
really, our our system is flawed in every shape, way, or form. However, if we actually gave a fuck about our education system,
mhm,
actually taught people, how to read, write, actually cared for the fucking students,
mhm,
think about how far our civilization could go as a whole, especially with the factor of not only just evolution, but like if we have come this far from, let's say, becoming a chimpanzee, and
mhm.
we've come this far, how much farther could we go if we just continue to increase our intelligence? Because if you think about it, an AI is like 100% more intelligent than us.
Mhm.
However, what if there's another species? Or what if we increased our own intelligence even by 0.5% or
Mhm.
0.05%?
Mhm.
If we just became a little bit more intelligent, maybe our entire civilization would change as a whole instead of like being stuck on a rock and committing nuclear warfare and genocide on our own people, like how China is currently doing right now, and no one's even talking about it. Oh, fuck, there's a bomb. But
Mhm.
actually progressing our civilization as a whole, living on multiple different planets and maybe even in different solar systems, living on space stations entirely, even
Oh yeah.
cryostasis. The thing
Mhm.
about it is that like we would ultimately survive any astronomical event that would ever happen,
Yep, including Mother Nature itself. We would prevent it as much.
but we all need to be oriented towards one goal.
Mm.
We can always keep our own culture, all that, religion, and
Mhm.
do what you want, but like there needed to be no division upon a common goal. And I would say that
Mm.
goal is survival.
Oh yeah. I think we would have been 10 times better if we did take education serious, like actual education, not something that we just take away from education. It's like, oh, you need to remove this because it's too corrupted of the mind. I'm like, actually, no. It has a purpose, a substance, a knowledge. Now, if it's false, I can understand. But if it's factual, something that holds truth, I think it is something that should be held with great importance. And this world does not provide that to other places. Some do, some don't. And I wish there was more of an equity or like an equality of that. If we did that, we would have more scientists, more open minded people more people that can strive to other technologies that were probably back then to now again.
And not only that, but I mean, like, if you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the internet was being made, people were
Mm-hmm.
laughed at, like, oh, no, it ain't gonna do anything. Same
Mm-hmm.
with computers and electricity, cars, ugh,
Oh.
guns, nukes,
Mm-hmm.
swords, prostitution. That's a joke. But really, like, whenever someone's like creating a new invention, they always get laughed at. I mean, like, the dude who made Dr. Pepper, you know why he made it?
Mm. Oh yeah, it was to spite someone. I remember that part.
No, it's because he loved a girl.
Ah.
He named a soda after her father to get permission to marry her.
Mm.
It's a love story.
That was
I
something
don't
else. I
think
know
they
there was.
got married. I think he died or something like that. But whatever. Like, that's the thing, Like, when you're making new inventions, like when you're doing something, I mean, like, for fuck's sake, people said like you can't make money gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
didn't
question.
think you could make money, being a slut.
Oh yeah, that's a question that comes into a lot of people's mind and says you can't do this, and then apparently they always get disproven by it, and now they want to do it, which is a self hypocrisy of itself. Because why tell someone that even though they could?
But like
And-
the reason why is because they don't think they could. So like I didn't think you could make money, like through pornographic material on
Mhm.
Twitch or YouTube. I didn't think you could. Now
Mm.
I'm proven wrong. I mean,
Oh
like
yeah.
naked yoga is allowed on YouTube because it's considered health and medical purposes.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, breaking the boundaries. That's what's very crazy about that.
I mean, like, all right, like, don't get me wrong. I say get the bag however the fuck you want. Leave me out of it.
Mhm.
But like the thing about it is that like I didn't think you could.
Oh yeah. That was very crazy when I saw that too. I'm like, really? I understand, get the bag, yeah, like you said, but ain't this a little too much?
I mean, for like certain demographics, fuck yes.
Mhm.
Like children. That
Yeah,
that is fucked, man.
yeah, that
Like
part I can understand.
like the richest person ever recorded in history. He was a king, okay? This
Mhm.
motherfucker would travel with like an unfathomable amount of wealth and just like go to towns and cities and just buy them for fun.
Mm.
You know, like you would see like a poor child and like, hey, here's a gold bar. Have fun. Don't eat it. You know, like what
Yeah.
the fuck? This the thing is that you can look up more pornographic material than that dude has ever seen in his entire life.
Oh yeah.
That is very scary to think about.
Oh
And
yeah, that's also another scary thing is if AI goes further down the internet rabbit hole. Rabbit hole.
you won't even
Imagine,
need women anymore.
uh, imagine the fact that it goes against you. AI sees the worst parts of humanity.
Or joins it. Sorry.
That part too, but it's a scary thought. It's a very scary thought.
Now, see, if it did see like the horribleness of the humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to do something to rectify it, and it killed off all those bad people.
Mm-hmm.
In my book, I say fucking good. Get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the reason why. I just found this out like a couple days ago, okay? And I
Mm-hmm.
found it on a fucking meme channel, okay? It was a meme channel. It's MXR Plays, okay? They just review memes. That's what they do, okay? It's MXR and Patastic Panda. Patastic streams on Twitch, and MXR Henry, dude just makes YouTube videos on multiple different channels, and I've been watching him for maybe like 15, 17, 19 years. I don't really know. Okay, it's been a very long time. I've been watching him before he even started dating Jamie or
Mm-hmm.
Possessive Panda. But the thing about this is that in one of their videos a couple days ago, they had this video or meme template or something like that. I forget what it was fucking about because the actual premise of the story pissed me to fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
This 15-year-old girl was kidnapped. The kidnappers made a Pornhub account
Mm-hmm.
of her name and that shit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They made 58 videos assaulting her and released it on the hub. And
Mm-hmm.
on another site that I learned from watching MXR. And this was a meme template. I didn't even know that shit fucking happened. And the thing is that they don't even know the kidnappers. Worst part is they made around $11 million from the videos.
Looked up. I remember there was an incident with Pornhub though, or the hub. My bad.
No, you're good. I said Pornhub too.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like,
Well,
come on, we're not gonna get demonetized. We're not even making money on this.
I know. Okay. I'm gonna just say the hub or
Yeah,
however I
whatever.
say it. Okay. There was an incident with PayPal and the hub, right? And apparently that was part of the incident. And apparently there was a lot of, revenge stuff and a lot of broken laws that was committed there. And that's because the FBI actually took a research on that. And then PayPal got some reports from that and decided, I'm not going to do business with you. And that's why Pornhub actually had to do a clean sweep of the whole thing. And now that, people that post stuff now is restricted of certain stuff. But it's crazy how that was under the radar for so long
Yeah.
that people profited over, and it's just messed up in itself.
But like things get even deeper and scarier too with it because like the fact that people even enjoy this kind of content, I I swear to God, we need vigilantes.
I know that is
Like
that.
these people they cannot be a part of our gene pool.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a horrible fucking thing.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different level of fucked up. And yeah, it's true. Some people there has to be a middle ground for at least vigilante. You mean like like there's got to be someone in this world that does take the initiative of their own hands.
And I mean like I see vigilante shit all the time and
Mm-hmm.
they're all protected by like the Good Samaritan laws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thing is that like organized crime is not. So like,
No,
do you know how the Mexican cartels get their fentanyl?
I can't remember,
It's China.
but
China manufactures it, sends it to the cartel, and then the cartel distributes it in America.
mm-hmm.
Not only America, but also the Mexican government are both begging China to stop sending fentanyl here. And the thing is that Donald Trump, love him or hate him, he was one of the presidents begging. Biden is begging now. The Mexican government is like, hey, please do this or we're going to die. And the reason why is because America just threatened Mexico saying, hey, if you're not going to take care of the cartels, we will. You've seen what we did in Afghanistan.
Oh yeah.
We just labeled all the cartels as terrorists. We're leading up to a fucking war like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry. Did we not learn from Afghanistan? Because here's the thing, those cartels, they're even like more fucking armed than us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was an incident with Obama where he accidentally lost shipping of weapons. And I was pretty surprised. It's like it was supposed to be a sting thing, right? to capture some of them, but they lost it. It was
No,
literally lost.
no, it wasn't.
Or did they let it slide?
No, they were sold.
Oh.
So this actually came to light. Not only the FBI and the CIA, but also the ATF were all
Mm-hmm.
caught selling arms to the Mexican cartels. The reason why they claimed to the public that they were like doing a sting operation
Mm-hmm.
is just because it was becoming public that we're selling arms to the cartels. You also got to keep in mind the CIA also sold hundreds of thousands of AK-47s to Al Qaeda.
I'm not surprised.
Not only that, Osama bin Laden got education in college in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, uh, our government is a lot more shadier than what all of us expect. The thing about it is that there's a good saying: "I love my nation, but I fear my government."
Oh yeah. There's a reason for that.
If I end up
But it,
dead tomorrow or something like that, it wasn't by my hand.
I know. Hopefully it's not.
I'm just saying it's not by my hand.
See me gone the next time, you know why.
You're gonna see me fly.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
In fucking rapture. No. But like all this being said and done, right? We can sit
Mm,
here and talk about like war on each other and different cultures and all this other shit, right?
mm-hmm.
If we all just focus on like one goal, survival,
Mm-hmm.
think about how many diseases would be fixed.
A lot of things like diseases, health, everything.
Yeah, because you want to know one disease that is not a disease but a condition that is in every single one of us and kills a lot of us every single fucking day. However, it affects every single fucking person except the people who are happy.
Mm.
It's called depression, bitch.
Oh yeah. One thing that's never eradicated.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that like this is actually like a proven thing. These cancer patients, children, people
Mm-hmm.
who were like tier 4, they're going to die. They were make-a-wish kids. People
Mm-hmm.
who were just like ultimately going to die.
Mm-hmm.
They were given a placebo and it saved their life.
Mm.
Think about that. They had like tier 4 cancer.
Yeah, the placebo
Unstoppable.
effect.
Unstoppable cancer.
Yep,
Here's a
the
sugar pill. It will save your life. And like this is a new experimental treatment. It will do anything and everything. It'll make your penis larger.
Yeah, I remember there was a study for that a long time ago in college that the placebo effect can do a lot of wonders if done correctly. And it's crazy how your body, when it's tricked, can fight it without even
Exactly,
noticing.
motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear something even crazier?
Hmm.
Your body can fight cavities.
I didn't even know that was a
Yeah,
possibility.
no, it's like ungodly. I mean, like you got fucking a bone disease, your body can fight it. But like the thing about it is that the only way to do it is with your body. There's just like really no treatment for like a bone disease and not like whatever. Like fucking, we're all just gonna get fucked until we start working together. And at the same time, companies are just like, hey, we're gonna give you the sugar pill and it'll fix all your ailments, but it's gonna
Mhm.
cost you $100,000 a month.
Oh yeah, agreed. Basically.
Like I'm sorry, I could have got life flighted
Mm-hmm.
once. like like huh.
Go down.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a giant fuck you, but like if we just work together as a whole, as a fucking, you know embodiment, one
Yeah.
goal or two or four, seven, whatever. Like we have an ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm.
We're golden, but like the thing is that we want to get stuck into like our day-to-day lives, like work at a gas station, shit like that, and like not really do anything to advance our civilization as a whole or anything as such. And we're all just gonna get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, come on. The United States government just made it so that you can't go hunting with an assault rifle. Uh,
No.
what's the fucking point of it? You're gonna go hunting. There's a pack of wolves. So you got a bolt action fucking 223 or 308.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you're fucked.
Basically, even like where they made a system where it's made it impossible for people to even have the freedom to express or be creative in a certain extent in your
It's
environment.
Chinese government. Sorry.
Mm. But it's over here too. There's in a
Yeah,
certain extent.
yeah, but like every single fucking city has its own regulations that also get regulated by the state that also get regulated by the government. So like the
Mm-hmm.
government can say like all speed limit across the United States is 80. And then it's like, okay, here's some Pacific school zones you must be driving 5 miles per hour. But then in like Jersey, they're like, nah, 80 miles per hour, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, that sometimes is like, oh, this is gonna be disaster. But
no
after you're,
murder unless it's by the federal government, federal employees, including postal inspectors. Like,
oh god. But yeah, I can see why. Like, we need to take it serious on that part when it comes to coming together as one and providing education as one,
but
not
then we could just
separately.
utilize the AI to work the gas station.
Oh yeah, that'd be better too. Like I said, I wish there were more options to help us all out. And AI can be a good option. It's just a matter how well it's implied, implemented, and given.
Yeah.
As long as it's not going itself as self-aware or good, it's
I mean,
just.
maybe even if it is self-aware and it's like its only job is to help humanity in any shape, way, or form. And that can
Mhm.
be like opening your gas tank and filling your car with gas, knowing what kind of gas to go into your car so you don't even need to care about it. It could even like pick out the groceries, find diseases within your body and help get those eradicated before it's even like fucking noticed. Give you a blowjob. Like there's thousands of different possibilities in that. I'm sorry, I tried to keep a straight face, but
I'm like, God
but you see
damn.
my point though. Like it could help in everyday life, like all right, you know how like everyone nowadays has like a fucking Siri or Alexa?
Hmm.
Yeah, those things are scary as fuck because they monitor you and like study you and shit, just like your fucking Roomba. Your Roomba
Oh, yeah.
takes pictures and then uploads it to like a fucking data file. There's so many pictures of people naked on the Roomba system, man. Like what the fuck?
I'm not surprised because, like I said, anything with a camera can still have some type of data or pictures hidden within that wall.
Yeah, and everyone cares about the computer camera, but no one ever cares about their cell phone camera.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
Edward Snowden does. Huh. If he cares, why do you not?
I know.
I'm sorry, but I'm a big believer on like we all just need to work the fuck together. Stop like the secrecy, the lies, the manipulation, the wars, like everyone can have their own shit. Everyone can do their own shit. It's just
Hmm.
like we just all need to like have one focused goal. And I'm sorry, but like China, you gotta go. The people,
Hmm.
you're good. Your government is fucked. Russia, your people are good. Your government is fucked.
Hmm.
That's the thing. Like we can't we can have every single fucking nation as a whole, but like we make a fucking thing like an alliance like NATO.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
wait, NATO doesn't even fucking work because France just pulled out.
Oh, damn.
Or they're attempting to. I mean, like, fuck, they just had a meeting with Xi Jinping and just like, hey, we're gonna stop helping the United States, and then the United States is like, hey, we're gonna stop helping Europe.
Hmm.
We're gonna focus on Taiwan. Y'all deal with Russia. And then France is like, oh fuck, well, hi, are we fucking up here again? I mean, we did both times in both the world wars.
We're known to do that a lot.
Hey, I'm sorry, France. You have a beautiful culture. You have a lot of awesome people. Your government is fucked, okay? It's nothing against you. It's just your government. Don't get me
Mm,
wrong. I hate my own government. It's not just
think
yours.
I think everyone has that same feel for you,
I
but
mean, there's one government that's really good.
hmm,
I haven't found it yet.
still on the search. But I feel you. I think we're already almost close to our
We're already over. It's a hour 25.
yeah. But it was a
Yeah.
good topic though.
Yeah, but I mean like goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
So many different little theories, so many little things to think about, so many little exponential fucking English. Look, man, I need breakfast. I'm hungry.
I am hungry too.
I got
I
three
didn't get
loaves
to
of
eat.
banana bread.
Damn.
I have two cakes, two trays of cheesecake, three loaves of banana bread.
And
I
that's it.
I have sacks of bread. I have so much fucking bread shit. What the fuck? Anyways, sorry,
Nice.
rambling. Anyways, thank you to anyone who tuned in during our after the fact. It really does mean a lot. Thank you. Please, everyone, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay you. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So please have a good one. And fuck China.
Peace.
I mean, have a good one.
Peace everyone.
God, I'm gonna get killed.
Probably not. If I see it, I'd be like, okay, it happened. More than
Well,
likely. If we go out, it's more likely me next. So I'd probably be like on the run too.
I mean, I doubt you'd be on the run. You know, like what would you ever do?
Probably nothing.
I'm the guy advocating for China's collapse,
I can imagine the situation. It's like, oh, you're under arrest. For what? I didn't do nothing.
right?
It was like
Oh wait, no, that's just
confusion.
normal here in America.
Yeah.
You're walking down the street with a fucking camera, and they treat you like you're fucking, you know, a Qaeda member. Then you're walking down the street with an AK, and they're just like, ah, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry. You think I'm gonna do more damage with a camera? I can just go on Google Maps, go Street View, like, like, I'm sorry. I'm not able to film in public. It's not like I can just get this straight off Google Maps.
I get you. Imagine it's like, oh, we spot you in the camera. Oh, did you see me? Yeah. Did I look good? I was like, okay.
Hey, but here's a cool thing. Google Maps, if you actually download it, the application of it,
Hmm.
you can actually rewind and like just like look at different times and all that stuff. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
could. Google is crazy.
yeah, but you can see like towns being built in like 1870 something.
Oh yeah, you could. That was pretty amazing. It has a document of everything.
Yeah, and I'm still alive.
I know. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, fuck you and that shoe too, Grandma. Hey, that just goes to show I make my own animations.
Yeah.
I got to start the countdown.